Well, speaking of, oh, and I'm about to do a segue and it feels so good. Speaking
Oh,
of wanting more good wrestling,
segue me, baby.
speaking of wanting more good wrestling,
Mm.
potentially we might be getting some hopefully good wrestling. I, I mean, we'll see. Uh, on the CW network, which is the
Oh
rumored
yeah.
going to be the new home of NWA Power. So Billy Corgan's promotion. I mean, they would be getting some money for this. This could be a
Yeah.
significant development for this promotion. How do we feel about NWA taking a step up in the wrestling landscape?
Well, I think unfortunately, Billy is going to find
Billy?
that it is a much more lateral move than he thinks.
Well,
Um, the CW is a funny thing about youngsters in 2023. They don't
mhm,
watch a lot of network or cable
right,
television.
right.
So the CW has been bleeding money forever. And the people that own it are just kind of like, well, let's try some live sports stuff
Mm-hmm.
and see if we can make that stick. So this is going to be an experiment. I mean, I think it's great. It will definitely elevate the NWA, but with who and how far?
Mm-hmm.
Because people that know the CW are not people that are into wrestling.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying they couldn't be, but it would be very interesting to see what it actually happens to bring both sides of the equation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can only hope it is a version of NWA where everybody is a secret vampire or DC Comics character, and they all just exist in the universe and have problems with relationships and stuff while supervillains attack.
Is that what period in NWA history was that? Was that when Adam Pierce was champion?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Well, I think it's interesting. Well, you were saying, hey, I can't complain about all this good wrestling that we have, but what I really like about this period in wrestling history is you have access to all different styles of
Mhm.
pro wrestling, and Billy Corgan has his approach to pro wrestling, and it's unique what he's doing with the NWA, and he he has definitely said, I'm coming from this at
Mhm.
a completely different angle from AWA, from AEW, or these places where they have these
Mhm.
super awesome, amazing 20-minute 20-30 minute matches on television. That's not us. We're gonna have our matches are gonna be like 6-7 minutes on
Mhm.
TV. It's going to be about characters and stories and kind of old school approach to wrestling. And I do think there's a market for that. I think
Yeah.
some people want their wrestling
Mhm.
kind of stripped of all the bells and whistles.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if the CW is the route to that viewer though. That's kind of what I'm getting at in the CW. While it's great that they have signed
Yeah.
a deal with a recognizable television channel,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the CW is going to be the vehicle that gets them there. Now,
Would wrestling
that's
fans like seek out the CW network?
I don't know because I mean, I
Like
don't even
it
think.
doesn't air here, does
Yeah,
it?
we don't have the
I don't
CW
know.
network
Yeah.
in Canada, so I'm not sure if it's a channel that you have to like add to a cable package or if it comes as part of basic cable or what. But regardless, cable TV is dying,
Yeah. Mhm.
and they don't have the cachet of a TNT or a TBS or a station that has had huge national success
Mhm.
or international success even. Um, to keep them afloat. And I could be 100% wrong, and it could blow up, and people could be subscribing to the CW and by the thousands, and maybe, and I would be more than happy to be that guy.
Mhm.
But I don't know if it's going to be like, I honestly don't know if he's going to win more fans on the CW than he would have if he would just stayed on YouTube.
Well, I'm sure he's getting some money out of the deal,
Yeah, there's that.
uh, which he's going to
Yeah.
be able to invest into his product. And you are right that cable television is dying, and it's dying faster than they thought it was
Yeah.
going to.
Mhm.
So I don't know how much longer massive TV rights deals are going to keep the wrestling world afloat.
Yeah.
But it's not like content is worthless now. It's going on to
Yeah.
streaming services and things of that nature. And we'll see, I mean, we're seeing Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime and
Mhm.
things like that now. So, is it a case that the CW network is not going to exist in a few years? Maybe,
Mhm.
but Corgan will have cashed the checks by then.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in no way thinking that it's a bad
Yeah,
deal or
yeah,
anything like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I think that they got to manage expectations
Right.
as
Okay.
to what
Yeah.
this is going to be,
Yeah.
and just be stoked if it's beyond that, because
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So like, all right, it doesn't sound like they're going to be able to grow their audience there.
Yeah,
Um,
but I'll take a
eh,
check and throw my stuff up on a legacy channel like that. Why not?
exactly. You can go out and you can sign guys that you wouldn't have been able to sign before, which is going to get more eyeballs on your product.
Mhm.
And they have announced that they're doing production upgrades, which is good as well.
Mhm.
But basically, like, I mean, they've only been able to sign the guys that can't catch on anywhere, right? But
Yeah,
like,
well,
but I
there's a
mean, they
reason Tyrus was champion.
But EC3's champion now, and he's a perfectly
There's a
fine
reason
NWA
EC3
champion.
is champion.
Well, they're not completely devoid of talent on that roster.
Yes,
I'm
yes.
just saying they have, they're not
Didn't they
the
announce that they
upper
were?
echelon of promotions.
Didn't they announce they were absorbing EC3's Control Your Narrative
No,
promotion?
they're doing territories again. So
Oh,
EC3's, he's got
here
a
I was
small.
thinking it was a stupid thing.
No, I think that CYN can't kill yourself. Is that what
Control your narrative.
control your narrative? Oh, good lord! Why were there not people in his life telling him not to do that?
I'm sure there were.
I'm sure. Well, yeah. But the NWA is not terrible. Terrible.
Yeah.
They're like there are obviously wrestling fans. That Raven has done some stuff
Mhm.
backstage for them. It's like I'll watch a wrestling promotion booked by Raven. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Tyrus ending up with the title was not a good decision, and then doubling down on that decision was not a good decision.
Yeah.
But EC3 is champion's fine. Matt Cardona as champion was great. That whole thing, the whole run with Nick
Mhm.
Aldis was fantastic. So I think if they're going to get a little bit more money, that means more money is flowing through wrestling. More money is
Mhm.
paid to wrestlers. It's going to create a few jobs. I think it's good for wrestling, and I'm interested to see what he does with it. But yeah, I don't think it turns them into a major league
Yeah.
promotion afterwards. But
Yep.
it's a unique approach to, well, it's an old school approach, but it's coming at pro wrestling from a different angle and giving wrestling fans a more diverse palette.
It truly is a bullet with butterfly wings.